Hello everyone, this is Sadish Kumar from Department of CSE of Hindustan College of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore. And in this video, I'm going to cover the topic graphs, which comes under the subject data structures. So these are all the topics that will be covered in this video, starting with introduction to graphs, directed graphs versus undirected graphs, weighted graphs, graph terminology, DAG, which is a directed acyclic graph, and finally the graph representations. So first, introduction to graphs. So graphs is the non-linear data structure in which it consists of vertices and edges. It consists of set of vertices and set of edges. The vertices can be denoted by V and edges can be denoted by E. You can see here the V of G indicates the finite non-empty set of vertices and E of G represents set of edges. So this is the general way to represent a graph or denote a graph. G equal to V comma E. And you can see here in this example, this is the graph which consists of vertices 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. These are all the vertices 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is denoted here. And edges. Edges means the path between one vertex to other vertex. So 0 to 1 there exists a path. So that is one edge. Then 1 comma 2. Then 0 comma 3. 3 comma 0. Here also you can see the blue line 3 comma 0 and 2 comma 2. This is called a self loop. A node or a vertex pointing to the same vertex, which is called a self loop, and 4 comma 3. This is all called as an edges. And directed graph and undirected graph, these two are the major categories of the graphs. So directed graph means very simple that the edges have the direction, so which way it can move, the direction or orientation has been given, or you can simply say the arrow is given in the edge. You can see here U is one vertex, V is another vertex. There is path. That path consists of the arrowhead. Whereas in undirected graph there is no such arrowhead is available. It only consists of the straight line. In this straight line indicates it can travel from vertex U to V as well as vertex V to U. The both directions are possible. In case of directed graph, only one way direction, that is called unidirection, is possible. It can travel from vertex U to V, but the reverse is not possible. That is not possible to move from V to U. That is a directed versus undirected graphs. And in addition to that, you can add the cost or weight on the edge of a directed graph, which is called a weighted graph. You can see here these are all cities. Each city, the distance is covered. That's the main application of the graphs, to find the minimum distance between one city or one place to another place. And here you can start from any of the city. It will display the edge will display the kilometers, or in any value. That value represents the weight or cost. You can call it as cost. So if the edge, this is called edge, if the edge consists of values, that is called a weighted graph. And it can be unidirectional again. Here you can see here, start from here, you can move to this particular place and the value is 1300. The reverse is not provided in this particular graph. So edge carries the weight or a cost, that is called a weighted graph. And this is the clear definition for directed graph and undirected graph. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the vertices. So vertices represented by using the circle. Inside the circle you can write any alphabet or a number that is defined as a vertices or vertex. And here there exists a path from 1 to 2, but 2 to 1 is not available. You can see the direction. You start from 1, vertex 1, you can move to vertex 2. From vertex 2 you can move to vertex 5. From vertex 5 you can move to vertex 3. Okay, but from vertex 3 you can't move to any places because there is no outgoing edges available. So that's the drawback of this directed graph. You can travel only one way. The direction is provided. The arrowhead is provided. You can see in this second graph there is no direction provided, which means you can travel from vertex 1 to 2, 2 to 1 also possible. There exists a path from I to j. I to j, this is I. Let's consider 1 is I, 2 is j. If you provide a directed arrow, then you can travel from I to j only. You can't travel from j to I. That is reversed in the undirected graph. You can travel from both I to j as well as j to I. Both is possible in this undirected graph. And these are the some graph terminologies. First one we should know is the adjacency nodes, and if there exists a connection or a path between two vertices, or if there is an edge between two vertices, that two vertices are adjacent to each other. You can see the simple example of the graph. The vertex 5 and 7, there is a path provided here. So 5 is adjacent to 7. You can clearly note it down. And path. A path means simple edges. Edges that connecting two vertices is called path. And complete graph. A complete graph which can be defined as there exists a path from each vertex to every other vertex. If you are having the vertex A, B, vertex 1 or 2 and 3. So this is the graph. Simple graph consists of 3 vertices, and if you want it to become a complete graph, let's say this is the directed graph. Complete graph means you start from vertex 1 and there should be a possible paths to reach all other remaining vertices. Yes, from 1 there is a path from 1 to 2, 1 to 3. The same way it is to be applied for all the other vertices also. If you take 2, from 2 you can reach 3. So from 2 you should reach 1 also. The same way 3 to 1 and 3 to 2. So for every vertex you can travel from that particular vertex to all the remaining vertices of the graph. That is the complete graph. You can see here we start from vertex 1, you can able to travel to vertex 2 and 3. If you start from 2, you may able to travel to 1 as well as 3. If you start from 3, you can travel to 1 as well as 2. So that is called a complete graph. And another terminology, an important one, is the cycle. So cycle means you start from one vertex and end with the same vertex. You start from one particular vertex and move on to other vertices, finally end with the same vertex. That is called a cycle. You can see here in this graph we start from 1 and travel to 2, then travel to 5, then 7, then 6, then 4, finally end with the same vertex. So this is the cycle. This particular thing is the cycle. Start from one vertex, end with the same vertex is called cycle. And another important terminology is the degree. The degree of vertex I is the number of edges incident on vertex I, which means you can see here degree of 2. How many vertex edges are there? 2 edges are there. So degree of 2 is 2. Whereas degree of 5, how many edges are there? There are 3 edges. Similarly, degree of 3, it has only one edge. So you can place the degree of 3 as 1. So this degree also has in degree as well as out degree. In degree, which means the number of incoming edges. The number of incoming edges. The arrow pointing towards that particular vertex is known as the in degree. Similarly, out degree. Number of outgoing edges is called out degree. So in this example, you can say, what is the in degree for 1? The answer is 0 because there is no incoming edges for this vertex 1. You can clearly see. And out degree for vertex 1 is, there is 1 plus 1. 2 is the out degree. Similarly, you can see here in degree for 2. How many incoming edges? Incoming edges for 2 is only 1. From 1 to 2 only there. So in degree for 2 is 1. Similarly, in degree for 8 in this example. Is there any incoming edges here? No, there is no incoming edges. So in degree of 8 is 0. Similarly, you can easily find the out degree. Out degree means number of outgoing edges. You can see here out degree of 2. How many edges going out from 2? It is only one edge. So out degree of 2 is 1. Similarly, out degree of 8. How many outgoing edges here? 1 and 2. So 2 edges. Same way, if you consider the in degree for 7, that is 2. 2 incoming edges. Similarly, out degree for 7 is 0. No outgoing edges. So that's a very simple concept of in degree and out degree. And another important is the directed acyclic graph. Very important graph in this graph topic. And what is this directed acyclic graph? So directed acyclic graph is a directed graph without any cycles in that particular graph. There is no cycles. We already covered the cycles. What is meant by cycle? Cycle means start from one vertex and with the same vertex. That should not be there in this particular graph. And all the edges have the direction. You can see here in this example graph, there is a directed edges. All the edges should be a directed one. Then only that will become the directed acyclic graph. And you may not able to find any cycles here. Start from here, you can move to this node, again this vertex, again you may not able to reach the same vertex. So there is no cycles. If there is no cycles available and the edges are directed, that graph is called directed acyclic graph. And every rooted directed tree is a directed acyclic graph, but the vice versa is not true. Also, all the directed acyclic graph is a directed graph because the name itself suggests directed. But vice versa is not correct because you can have the directed graph like this. There are vertices 1, 2 and 3. Now this is the directed graph. Which do not have the cycle. So this is the directed acyclic graph. But suppose if you have the path like this or an edge like this, you start from 2, reach 1, reach 3, again reach 2. So this forms the cycle, and this graph is not the directed acyclic graph. So all the directed graphs are not DAGs, but all the DAGs are the directed graphs. And the representation of graphs, very simple to represent a graph. So there are two different methods available. One is the matrix representation, another one is the list representation. Adjacency matrix and adjacency list. Adjacency matrix means you can form the matrix form, you all know, like this. You write down the vertices here. What are all the available vertices? Vertices 1, vertices 2, like that. It will go on. And if there exists a path between row, column, vertex, and you can make it as 1. If there exists a path. If there is no path available, then make it as 0. Let me see an example here. In this graph, you can see 0, 2, 1, 3, 4. These are the vertices. You can write it in the column as well as the row. Now check, is there any path between 0 to 0? There is no path. So put a 0 or false. Similarly, 0 to 1, is there any path? 0 to 1, there is no path, again false. Then 0 to 2. 0 to 2, you can see here the path is exist. So you can write the value true. So this is the way to form adjacency matrix. You can write the value instead of false, you can write 0. Instead of true, you can write 1 because that's the Boolean values for true and false. This is another example that consists of 5 vertices 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can easily draw this by checking the vertices edges. If you take 1, how many outgoing edges are there? It will go to 2, 4 and 3. So 2, 3, 4, you can write the value 1, all the remaining 0. Similarly, you can make it as 4, 4 to 5. You can make it as 1, 4 to 5, 4 to 1, 4 to 2, 4 to 3. Except self loop, all remaining are 1. And another one is the adjacency list representation, which consists of the linked list representation. In that linked list, first you identify the adjacency vertices. You can see here for 1, the adjacent of 1 is 2 and 3, and adjacent of 2 is 3. Adjacent of 3, there is no adjacent vertices for 3. Similarly, adjacent of 4 is 3. Then finally, you can make a linked list representation like this. Adjacent of 1 is 2, 3. So 2, 3 can be placed like this. Adjacent of 2 is 3. For 3, there is no adjacent. Similarly, for 4, adjacent is 3. And the next portion, this field, linked list consists of 2 fields. One is for representing the data item, another one is for next pointer. Here the next pointer points to the node 3. Here it is null. And this one is the another example which is having the weight. If it is having weight, you can draw the 3 fields. First one represent the vertex, second one represent the cost or a weight, the same as we seen in the previous slide. So with this, we have covered introduction to graphs, directed versus undirected graphs, weighted graphs, on graph terminology, directed acyclic graph, and graph representation. So thank you all for listening. Thank you so much.